friends from the sports card Wild West marketplace, collectors, investors, venture hobbyists. I've seen into the future. I had a great dream last night, and I have something to tell you, a proclamation to make. Do not worry, do not fear. Tops will rise again. In the year 2030, 30, is it a 9? Is it a 6? I cannot see, but tops will rise again. Listen to my predictions in this video, and I'll tell you how you shouldn't worry and tell you what we should be expecting over the next 4, 5, 10, 20, 30 years on Ziggy's forecast. Okay, first of all, let me go ahead and share my screen. We're going to start here back with my last forecast was on April 26th. Boy, what is that? You should do the math before this, right? April, May, June, July, August. So about 4 months ago, right? Market had kind of corrected. I was a little concerned. I laid up some points that I thought were important that people should be paying attention to. Referred to these as kind of canaries that you could see dying in a coal mine that would let you know, hey, it's time to get out, man. There's too much gas in here, okay? So I'm not going to play this for you. I might leave a link below, but I do encourage you to take a look at this. I'm going to come back and talk a little bit about this, though. I thought here's something really interesting. I talk about the fact that prices are too high, right? Prism was, I think, pricing around $2,000 a hobby box, right? I think it started like 3,000, I don't know, 2,000, 1,700. It still was high. A lot of other new products are coming out too high. Check this out. As of the recording of this, which is right, 8/21, 21, ooh, 8/21, 21, 8/21, 21, 21. Okay, look at this. Spectra is still available. Now it's funny because I saw one of the other channels post this last night. He goes, "Why is Spectra still available?" Because you're right. Most time these products sell it immediately. Like as soon as they're available, they get taken away. Not that one. That one they're still making Laker boxes from last year. There's no reason why they'll stop making that. But these other ones, these are coming soon. But look, Spectra's still available. Still available at $16.49. What's that make you think? This is one of those canaries, dude, that's just freaking dying. Spectra's never been a very strong product. Okay, it hasn't. I know people were talking about, oh, it's gonna be beautiful, it's gorgeous, whatever. It hasn't been in the past. It's still available. This is actually a healthy change correction in the hobby. Okay, where'd I go here? Where am I? Over here? Yeah. Okay, so that's already something that I've noticed. Grading prices increased, right? And I talk about AI color slabs, PSA for the elite. Well, what do we have now? 4 months later, we have so many different grading choices. It's ridiculous. There's too many at this point. Fees and taxes. I talk a little bit about that. And that I think we've seen a constant growth of that too, right? There's more platforms, more fees. We've seen the breakup of platforms, right? I talk a little about sports. I talk about over 12 months, people will get vaccinated, get educated, get distracted. Now, it doesn't seem like that's working. I might be wrong on that one here. Attention spans of youth are short. Cards are not. NFTs still hot and misunderstood. I do believe that. In fact, I think NFTs are, and I'll give you my predictions in a minute. I just want to refresh some of these comments from back here. Boy, I must have really liked myself on that slide. I talked a lot. Here's one I like. I still feel this is a very, very important quote. Let me move this out of the way here for a second. Asking people who make a living on sports cards if sports cards are overpriced is like asking your meth dealer if meth is bad for you, right? And not just overpriced, right? But if you're talking to these, people about, hey, is our sports card still a good place to be? They're going to tell you yes. I don't know about that. I think right now we'd be lying to ourselves with the uncertainty we see coming in the market to say we know it's going to happen. But I'm going to give you some examples of what I think is going to happen just based on what I'm seeing already. Okay, let's see what else over here. Here we go. This is my canaries in the cave. So prices declining, right? When prices start to decline, we're going to start to see some of that canary dying because again, that wave of products is still coming in. They're still printing like there's demand from 2020, right? And right now, with the recent news about Panini and Topps losing their licenses in the future, there's no reason for them to stop printing, right? There's no reason for them to say, you know what, floor this thing, increase production. Let's get as much as we can out of this thing for the next few years. We need to cash out. We need to put ourselves in a better position. We need to show them the value, whatever it might be. It's going to increase. That's going to increase happening. Okay, retail chasing, that's not going to change. Now, what I will say is that I've seen a lot more people being able to get retail. And that should be a concern too, because it's not as rare as it used to be. It's not hard to get anymore, right? You can get it on Target with the red card. You can get it at Walmart's now. People are finding more and more of this, and more waves are coming. Waves and waves of select basketball, optic football. I mean, they are going to, Mosaic products are going to be crushing us. More fractionals, more big auctions. I talk about those, sports card shows. And to talk about, again, this will be the year sports card shows, but watch for when there's weakness in those. And there's already been some reports of some weakness at sports card shows. So watch to keep an eye on those. Product discounts. When they start discounting wax, again, beware. Now, again, so far, Select is there still for sale. It hasn't been discounted, but if they start discounting Select, beware, because they've got so much more product coming. They don't need product sitting around at all. Okay. Let me fast forward here. What was some of my other? That's my canaries. I have some opinions, I think, here. Yeah, my opinions. Let me get a little focused. Okay. I talk about goats. I still think that's overpriced. I think that's great. Go buy your Jordans with that. I just don't think that's really where the value is. I think you're better off using your money somewhere else, using cryptocurrency, something else. Just you're wasting opportunity costs, in my opinion. But that's me. That's me. Do you, boo. I do believe, though, in the numbered cards, relics, and autos. I think that'll be even more important in the next few years. If you're still in this hobby and you're focused, that is where you need to focus, which means, in my opinion, there'll be kind of this focus back on hobby boxes. I think hobby box prices will start to maybe fix, and then, demand will fix. Retail, though, I think is get massacred. I think we're going to have so much retail made in the next few years because everybody's going to be printing it. Everybody's going to be hoarding it, too, because they'll think, well, this is the last tops of this year. There's no more this. There's too many people are going to be hoarding it to think there's going to be value. I'm not kidding. I have some, you have some, everybody has some stored away. I bought some yesterday. I thought to myself, why did I buy this again? It was the first time I bought cards in a long time, but I bought 3 of the boxes. Let's see if they're even available anymore. I bought 3 of these yesterday. Is this available anymore? Okay, it's not there right now. That means it might have sold out, which is actually surprising if it did. Did it sell out? Oh, when did this drop? You sons of dogs of tricky monkey man. I was waiting all day for this to drop. $200 sold out quickly. Where is the tops? CNC tops, your website drives me crazy, man. It's so difficult to navigate. I can't find stuff that I purchased before. It is still there or not. I don't get any notice when you drop stuff. You really make it hard to love you. You're like an abusive drunk. Okay, tops, you really are. You're like an abusive drunk. 12, 25 bucks. God, man, tops, you're killing me. What is this? What was this? What was this? Oh. Oh. I never see this. I never see this. I never see this. Okay. You're part of my forecast video. I'm just shocked. Okay. Let me get into my forecast. Oh. This one better? Yeah, there we go. Here's what's going to happen, guys. Looking forward. This is Ziggy looking into the magic future and giving you my predictions and prostitutes? No. Whatever that word is with the other P word. Okay. I'm not editing this out. I'm just going with this, man. So you're going to enjoy it. 2021 to 2025. Look, we have what I refer to as basically a Y2K moment right now in front of us, right? If you don't remember, because you're way too young to remember this, but Y2K, back in the 90s, everybody's talking about, man, when Y2K hits, when Y2K hits, when Y2K hits, we were all building up for the year 2000. There's this great anticipation. It has to be probably like a virgin bride waiting for a wedding night and being, man, this is going to be a huge night. And then the next day being like, anyway, that's just a joke. That's a terrible joke. But Y2K wasn't that big of an event. But like this in sports cards, I think people are going to be hyping it up. There's going to be rumors. There'll be speculations. There'll be last runs. There'll be prints. There'll be hysterias. Like, for example, I could see like in a few years now, the print runs for Topps and Panini get leaked out. Oh, did you know this is only this print run and this long? Did you know this has this big of a print run? I could see all sorts of stuff and speculation. I also think, right, if I'm Fanatics, why would I buy the brands right now? I would wait and make everyone sweat for 3 to 4 years, right? Let us wonder what's happening in Bowman and what's happening at Topps, what's happening in Prism and National Treasure. Let those names just sit. And I honestly, I could go either way. You could either buy the names or not. It doesn't make a difference because we all know you're going to make the same product with a new company's name. Let's be honest. You'll have something different, but it'll be the same thing. It's still called like a sports card. Okay. But check for this, man. This is going to be big. This is actually these next 4 years, in my opinion, will keep the hobby very relevant, more so than I probably thought. I thought I called for like this major shifting correction in 12 to 24 months. Still going to have a lot of that happen. Still going to have a lot of things happen, but this will help caution that and keep that blow. For example, I think there's gonna be a major correction in local sports card stores. I think a lot of local stores are going to get wiped out, right? They're going to start panicking for allocation. There's going to be a whole movement to, hey, save your local card store. I think franchises like Coffee Breakers are going to put them out of business. And I think there'll be franchise stores that will take over, right? A guy who'll run 10 sports card stores, like Card Collector 2. Card Collector 2, if you're listening to my video, dude, you should open up 3 or 4 more stores. You take your brand and freaking expand that quickly and find some partners that you could have run that. Maybe use the Outback model. You find a business partner type of thing. You run most ownership, but it would broaden your reach, your ability to expand. Anyway, you know what you're doing. But that's what I look to see: franchise expansion in the sports card distribution market. They'll be in a better position to work with Fanatics, right? Whether Fanatics goes direct to consumers or if they use distribution. That's what you want to see, and that's what's going to happen. But again, keep an eye out for this hysteria of the next few years. Now, one of my concerns as a collector, one of the reasons why I'm sitting there going, I don't know if I want to play in this game, is there's no reason for print runs not to be astronomical in the next few years. There's no reason for Panini and Topps to go, just let it run. Bring the print machines in. I'll be here all night long. Print that freaking thing. There's no reason for them not to. And there's no reason even for Fanatics not to want them to do it, right? Because here's another big takeaway from this moment, right? Fanatics paid 10x what the others were paying. Let's just assume $25 million is what one was paying for a license per year, and now it's $250 million. That means Fanatics expects to pull that much profit out of an industry. Where is that coming from? They're looking at you and me, son. That's what they're looking at. They're looking at you and me. So be careful of that. I think there'll be high print runs. Fanatics is going to want to boost up this market. They want it to be a $1 billion, $2 billion market when they come in and take it all over. Okay. The NLI is going to be a gold rush, an amateur gold rush, right? We haven't even touched on this, but with everything going on, if I'm not Topps, Upper Deck, Panini, all these other guys going, look, we're losing our licenses to the pros. Let's scramble, right? There should be a Bowman first for every freaking sport in college right now. I'm not kidding. Bowman first crew. I don't care. Go do it. Oh, sinuses again. Sorry, guys. Go Bowman first crew. You do what you got to do, boo. But you get that license out. Who knows? These guys might become Olympic hopefuls, and you've got their first Bowman when they're freshmen in college. I'm just telling you, I think there's gonna be a mad gold rush into the into the NLI and even into the high school arenas. I think crazy, right? Value and brand. Brand is gonna be so important over the next few years. There's gonna be a battle on brand battle, right? If you're a grader, if you're a manufacturer, a lot of it's gonna be about branding and how you can brand yourself moving forward. How do you get the most attention on your brand? Brand. Products, slab brand. And I think we're gonna see changes in brand over the next few years. Our brand is so important right now, so critical, right? What brands would Fanatics want to acquire and bring into the board, right? What grading companies will Fanatics want to grade with first, right? Will they strike deals with? And we'll have samples of their cards so they can grade them first and fastest, right? NFTs, sneaky utility. I'm just going to say this. Look, if I'm Topps and Panini and these guys, I'm looking at my NFTs as being a potential big brand and big cash cow for the future. They can continue, like if Panini continues on their line with printing out NFTs every few months and keeping the mint runs low, which they're doing in their third sport right now. They get into 4 years deep with this stuff. They're going to have enough. First of all, they're going to be forced to go to a bigger blockchain, which I think that's important. That will break them out of just being in this their little blockchain, but that will force a bigger blockchain. It also forces a cash cow that has residual income that someone's going to want to buy and own. Okay, and you can tie that to physical, to non-physical. There's so many things that Panini can do with that, and that brand is something that people can take in the digital world and go, well, I can't take. There won't be Prism in the future, but there's Prism NFTs in the future. Right? There's no reason Prism NFTs could not go into 2030 and so forth. Right? I don't see how the NBA would even want to do an exclusivity with Fanatics on that. It'd be in their best interest to let as many NFT companies do it, right? They got Dapper. That I think is a huge. I'm not talking anymore about it. Now, let's talk about 25 and 26. This is when Fanatics finally takes over. The Y2K moment. After your wedding night, when you wake up and go, man, I'm married now for how long? I'm just teasing. I look forward to happiness and bliss someday again. Anyway, we're going to have two camps. There's no divide in this. You don't make all the people happy. It never happens, right? That's why you have right and left. There's going to be people that are going to love phonetics and embrace the phonetics and be, oh, phonetics this, and phonetics is great. And there's going to be those people who are going to hate phonetics. I hate phonetics. Phonetics is terrible. I'm not buying phonetics. They're going to be pulling out their vintage and talking about making fakes and all stuff. And that will actually fuel the hobby as well, which I think is a good thing. You might have a little dip, maybe, I don't know. I don't think so. I think another part of me thinks, here's another thing. I think you will see that past years will continue to level off faster than they have in previous years, right? You won't see big spikes in past years. Be like, oh, he's going to be the next best thing too. I think our new rookie classes will continue to bring upward momentum, and the past years will kind of lag behind that to show consistent present value. But this will be the age of the pro and the antis, right? You'll have brand versus products. You'll have high expectation set, huge potential. You have markets. New markets will be defined, new marketplaces. Will phonetics do it themselves? Will they have an eBay marketplace? Where will the eBay data get sold? Who's going to be monitoring the data? There's going to be so many new things coming out of this. New distributors, new distribution models, new breaking models, right? Will new breakers will spawn out of this, right? Will the breaking platform still be around that we're here today? Or we'll go back to who you break with who you know, right? I can see it being very commercialized, right? Coffee breakers could be in a position to run most of the breaks with phonetics products in the future and control that. Or you could have whatnot breakers, right? Or loop breakers. So look for that whole breaking and that product world to morph and change a lot, in my opinion, when we get past the phonetics. And you'll have those, again, those who get shut out and don't have the product will be the antis. Oh, phonetics ruin the hobby. And those who are doing really well making money, man, phonetics is the best thing for the hobby. You'll see that division. Now, what's going to happen, right? Here's what I call 2031 and beyond. Tops rises from the ashes, right? We're going to have the third largest national ever. A couple of things are going to lead to that. Eventually, no one company can rule it all. That's just the way I see it. I don't care if it's because of regulation comes in and breaks it up as a trust, antitrust, or just because of this whatever. The problem I see, the problem I foresee is that this company has paid a 10x multiplier on future revenues, and I think they did it at the top of the peak of the market right now. And I'll say that the clever thing they did is they didn't do it by going out and buying Topps and Panini and buying those companies at their peak valuations. They did it by coming in and taking away the licensing and really stirring up the market, which is very, very clever. Like I said, it gives them a lot of time to still make money as Fanatics for the next 4 years moving into this, which again, I think you'll see Fanatic products soon. And I think the NLI will be a good place to see that. But you'll see competition there. You'll see that like I said, in 10 years from now, there'll be enough. We brought Pro Set back, man, right? Leaf brought Pro Set back. Someone will bring back Topps, is my point. Somebody will license Topps and find some angle, whether it's new virtual sports card or, something new will break or something happened. The Topps will break off from the league. Something will change. Hold tight. This hobby always does change. It's always going up and down. But these are my thoughts. This is my forecast. This is where I think the hobby will be over the next 4 to 5 years. It's going to be fun. As a content creator, I'm excited to still be creating content. I'll say personally, I am continuing to move away from a lot of these modern cards. Maybe I'll start picking away a few vintage things. I want to say sealed stuff would be fun to hold, but I think everybody feels like sealed stuff's gonna be fun to hold. So I think like if you're holding sealed, you need to hold sealed for like 10 years, because I think like 3 or 4 years, everybody's gonna be opening sealed wax from this era because they all have so much of it. So I don't know if that's the right move, but I am very, very bullish on the NFTs, although I am cautiously bullish. Like, for example, I'd really like to see Topps and Panini make some big moves in the NFT space, even with this recent news, and continue to invest or up their investments, right? And what's going on. Fanatics, I'm very curious to see what you're going to do in the NFT space. I really am. I really, really am. So I hope this didn't go too long. Hope it makes some sense. And I hope you guys listened, enjoyed, and leave a like. Again, this is my forecasts into the future of sports cards, sports card memorabilia, and NFTs.